Yeah, I mean, when I was in preschool, I had dreams of being in ophthalmology. So it started at an early age. I'm just kidding. It's one of those where you just don't know exactly where your life and career will guide you and take you. And, in retrospect, you realize how certain things have added to your experiences over time. So for me, it was really a transition that I made from working at a investment bank private equity firm into healthcare when I joined Novartis. And when I had first joined Novartis, I was running global corporate finance for the business, and we acquired Alcon. And that was the entry into ophthalmology. And right not long after that, I really fell in love with the business. I love the surgeons that we work with, the innovation that we bring to market, the just unbelievable interaction that we have between industry and surgeons, and the impact we have on patients. And the trends in the space are incredible. And so, combination of all that kind of kept me in. I spent some time in the Alcon business, and knew that I really wanted to help build a business within the space because we saw a real opportunity to do things a bit differently than what everyone else is doing. So that's what's kept me in ophthalmology. I didn't think I'd be in the space for almost 14 years now, but I have been. So, yeah, I mean, the way I think about it is, I've been the CEO about 5 years. During that 5 years is when we've gone through, I'd say, a soup to nuts transformation of the business, where we've brought together different parts of the portfolio from different companies. Over time, we've invested in internal innovation. So the balance of investing externally and internally has been really important. And then really the core to all of it is our people. So setting up the right culture and bringing in the right people to let them flourish in that culture has been the key, I'd say, to driving the change. And so we've had a lot of change within the organization, both from a portfolio perspective as well as from a people perspective. But I think the core of it ultimately is our culture has to reign supreme, right? That's the key driver to everything. It's why people are attracted to the business. It's why they end up staying in the business, and it's why they flourish within the business. So I'd say that's the core to everything we do. Yeah, I mean, I think we as a business have, 5 years ago set up a strategic roadmap for ourselves. And I think we had a vision of where we viewed the industry going and how we were going to be positioned for that. Perfect example of that is, in the acquisition of Physiol, we signed that deal up in 2018. That was before the market had Panoptics. That was before the market had Synergy from J&J. Right? We had a view that trifocal was going to be the standard of care in premium lenses. And great for us is we found the best business in the space with the best product in Fine Vision as our flagship in the premium trifocal space. So that's just a sense of the types of things that we want to always continue to do, which is look forward, take a view, and have conviction on where we think the industry is going, and position ourselves for that multiple years in advance. So never trying to react because someone's just recently done something and then we've got to pivot and immediately try to do something to counter that. We always try to take a view multi-years in advance and then drive the business to that, because that's the only way we're going to be successful. Yeah, I think it's the robustness. So there's not a single product or geographic launch that I would highlight as the biggest or the most important. It's the portfolio of everything we have been putting together for the last several years. I think that's the most important for us, because it's not the number of launches, it's not one product. What we've prided ourselves on is, as we built the portfolio, is to really say, look, we want to be a broad-based player that can provide a whole range within the cataract space or within the retina space. But it's not just enough to say, hey, we're in a category. We want to have market-leading products in each category that we play in. And to me, that's the most important. So as I stare at our pipeline, the pipeline is internally generated innovation, it's geographic launches for existing products, but each of those products in each of those markets are really going to stand on their own as market leading. And then the benefit is we're going to be able to have a full portfolio of market leading products in each of the main categories. So the combination of that is really unparalleled within the space. I think our biggest strength really is our ability to be agile as an organization. I think that's the most important. Anytime I'm interviewing someone to bring them into the organization, I emphasize it a lot. We're a very lean organization, but we want to stay lean. And just because our revenue base is going to get bigger doesn't mean we want to add layers and layers of complexity or bureaucracy. I think my entire team, anyone who really works with me closely knows that, bureaucracy is our enemy. It slows us down. It doesn't help us drive forward. So our agility and our ability to really pivot and drive the business forward, depending on what's happening on a given day, is incredibly important. And I think it's what's going to really differentiate us and put us well ahead of larger players in the space. They may have a larger P&L, they may have more people, but if we have the ability to adapt and adjust quickly, we'll always stay ahead of the competition. To me, that's the most important. Yes, as I said earlier, I mean, I think the multi-year roadmap, we have our SLG kickoff beginning of the year. And for several years, I've almost presented the same thing every single year. And I caveat the start with, this is our multi-year roadmap. And I fundamentally don't believe there's anything in the space, industry, competition that can slow us down. I could share those plans with the competition, and I don't think that's going to slow us down. The only thing limiting us is really our own ability to execute, our ability to be able to think differently than where the industry may have been and not repeat what's been done always. I think that's the key for us, right? But the strategic roadmap that we've set up multiple years ago, we're going to stay true to it. I think it's a winning formula. And it's all about our focus and execution that's going to continue to drive us forward.